Brazilian President Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva has officially confirmed he will visit India in February ahead of a trip to Washington. The announcement comes after a phone call with US President Donald Trump, during which the two leaders discussed bilateral relations, economic indicators, and shared global challenges. Lula said the conversation highlighted positive prospects for both the Brazilian and US economies, and noted recent improvements in trade, including the lifting of some tariffs on Brazilian goods. President Lula's visit follows a year of close engagement with India, including discussions with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The two leaders have reviewed their strategic partnership, which spans trade, investment, technology, defense, energy, health, agriculture, and people-to-people exchanges. Both sides have emphasized the importance of reformed multilateralism to address global challenges, particularly as trade tensions and tariff issues continue to shape international markets. Prime Minister Modi welcomed Lula's confirmation, highlighting the momentum in the India-Brazil strategic partnership. Modi called the engagement vital for advancing the interests of the Global South and underlined India's commitment to deepening cooperation with Brazil across multiple sectors. Lula's visit will further strengthen ties with BRICS partners, where India currently holds the chairmanship, and will send a strong message about South-South cooperation in an era of economic uncertainty. The upcoming visit comes as the US administration has recently expressed interest in a trade deal with India, even as some tariff disputes remain unresolved. Trump has praised PM Modi, calling him a fantastic leader and a great friend, and signaling a willingness to negotiate on trade issues, including tariffs. India and Brazil have faced similar pressures from the United States, and both countries are working to expand partnerships that reduce dependency on unilateral trade decisions. Meanwhile, Canada is also stepping up engagement with India. Prime Minister Carney is expected to visit in early March following India's budget announcement. Several Canadian ministers will accompany him, with the visit expected to cover agreements on uranium, energy, critical minerals, and artificial intelligence. Ottawa is seeking to revive talks on a comprehensive economic partnership agreement aiming to raise bilateral trade to $50 billion by 2030.
How are you responding to Trump's threats about 100% tariffs?
Well, the first thing is that Canada respects our engagements, our commitments. Il y a des engagements dans l'ACM. We have commitments under CUSMA that not to pursue free trade agreements with non-market economies without prior notification. We have no intention of doing that with China or any other non-market economy. What we've done with China is to rectify some issues that developed in the last couple of years. In many respects, we're going, to use the expression, back to the future with respect to EVs, with respect to agriculture, with respect to fish products and other food products, but with additional protections. So for example, back in 2023, we didn't have a cap on the number of EVs. We didn't have a requirement for a large proportion of those EVs to be affordable, highly affordable EVs for Canadians. So it's entirely consistent with CUSMA, with our obligations, which we very much respect under CUSMA, and will continue to work that way forward.
At India Energy Week, Canada's Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, Tim Hodgson, echoed India's concerns about global trade coercion. Without naming any country, Hodgson stressed that the future global order cannot be dictated by might makes right.
I don't need to tell India what it means when people use their economic integration with your country for coercion. I don't need to tell you what it means when hegemons use tariffs as leverage. It is a changing world we live in, and energy is at the center of that. I'm here because, like you, the way to resist that change is to build multilateral relationships.
India's rapidly growing energy demand, combined with its strategic position in global trade, makes it a key partner for both Brazil and Canada. Lula's February visit, followed by Carney's trip in March, reflects India's rising diplomatic clout. These high-level visits are expected to deepen trade, strengthen strategic cooperation, and showcase India's role as a central hub for economic growth in an increasingly complex global environment. As India prepares to host these world leaders, the focus will be on consolidating partnerships, promoting fair trade, and demonstrating the country's ability to shape a rules-based, multipolar global order. Lula's and Carney's visits signal a new phase in India's international engagement, one that balances economic opportunity, energy security, and strategic diplomacy.